for Damage Control. I love that theme song right there. Joe Reichel is here from Damage Control Services. Joe is 1/3 of the guys that go out and fix the homes when they are damaged in our community. And if you're trying to fix your own home, well, good for you. And if you don't know exactly what to do, well, Joe's here to give you a little bit of advice. And even if it means humbling yourself and asking an expert, which is what I have to always do. So
I don't know if it's humbling yourself.
No?
It's just, I mean,
but if you're
you can't
proud,
know everything.
Well, that's a good way to look at it. How you doing?
I am excellent.
No glasses today. I got used to you with the glasses.
Yeah, I lost them this weekend.
Do you need them to see?
Crisp distance, yes.
Crisp distance.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like, I have no problem reading Sears over there, but that's pretty big.
Okay, well, that's good.
I can drive without them. I mean, I'm okay without them, but you know, I like having the crisp.
Yeah,
a little bit better.
Yeah, me too.
So.
But you can read without them?
Oh yeah, I don't need them for reading. I just
can you do
for distance.
contacts or no?
Yeah.
See, I can't do contacts.
Yeah.
It's too much. I just can't put my fingers in my eyes.
Gotcha. Yeah, I was on a little trip this weekend, and it was for a graduation party. I sat them down on a table and was out and about and
forgot them
and went back to get them, and they were gone. So somebody saw my glasses, thought they were theirs. I'm sure they thought they were theirs. Picked them up, put them in their pocket or whatever, and so now the problem. Yeah, now the problem is they're going to put them on and go, these aren't my glasses.
Yeah.
And then they won't remember where they got them, so they can't return them to the.
It's a different kind of damage.
The place where the party was, and yeah, so. Now I have to buy new glasses. But I like contacts. I had LASIK surgery done a while ago. But anyway.
Did you really?
Uh-huh. Yeah.
It cleared everything up for it?
It did, long time. I liked it. So that was why I was in Pennsylvania this weekend. And while I was there, I get a phone call for a tree on a house.
I saw the photos.
So the
on
guys
Facebook.
were out there working and getting it taken care of. Got the tree guy out there and cleaned up. But one of the disasters that I want to talk about today is a disaster. It's a phone call that we didn't get yet.
You didn't get it.
And the reason that we haven't that we didn't get the phone call is the homeowner didn't know. And what they didn't know is what their insurance policy actually covered. So the homeowner had a sewage backup. And so basically the toilet backed up, flooded into the house, extensively. And this was actually coming from the bowl of the toilet. So it wasn't the tank. This was dirty water.
Oh, yeah, it's not good.
Fortunately, it wasn't a lot, but the situation being they didn't know if they had flood insurance is the reason. And this was I'm getting this story secondhand. So the person that was telling them, hey, you need to call Joe with damage control, they said, well, I don't know if my insurance will cover that. Here's what I want to stress today. Know what your insurance policy covers, okay? And when I say that, get with your agent, ask them, different questions, different scenarios. This is a flood that's caused within the house. Typically, your insurance policy is going to cover that kind of flood in the home. What a homeowner's policy will not cover is if the rains are falling and the water backs up because of rain or the river rises and floods your house.
Okay.
That will not be covered by your insurance policy. So, that being the case, that is what flood insurance is. It covers the natural disaster of a flood. Your homeowner's policy covers a broken pipe or a sink back, getting clogged and water going everywhere, or your tub overflowing, or a pipe breaking under the house causing a slab leak or in a wall, those kind of things. That is a flood that's caused within the house that is covered by your insurance policy.
And I remember the confusion with one of the storms years ago where the different types of protection that you can get from an insurance company regarding water were explained. And I guess you just kind of did it in a thumbnail sketch form, but
yeah, that's a very basic. So, really know what your insurance policy covers.
That's it. That's the bottom line. You got to
get with your agent. Make sure you have an agent that's going to be able to get with you to go over all of the things that all of these different things, so that you know. Because if what you don't know can hurt you.
So have you?
Because in this case, that's sewage water. There's a lot of bacteria in there.
Oh, yeah.
In a flood like that, anything that water comes in contact gets thrown out. So, your insurance policy covers all of that. They don't, they're not expecting you to clean it.
Got to do it the right way.
It.
Yeah, you don't want to do it. So have you ever had a circumstance where somebody went to get flood insurance? The insurance person went out to the house and said, well, unless you build this or fix that, we can't insure you. And then they call you and say, hey, okay, so what would be an example of something that you would need to put in? Would it be a drain or a gutter or something? Or what kind of things would actually say to an insurance agent, okay, now we'll give you insurance? Because I'm guessing, for example, if I was in a floodplain and I wanted flood insurance, they might say, no way, you built a house in an old lake bed.
No, sometimes you can get flood insurance.
Really?
And that's in a flood insurance, or in the floodplain, basically what they're saying is you have the chance of having a flood there in 100 years. It's called a 100-year floodplain. So, that's why you have the insurance, to cover that possibility of a flood. We've been called out to homeowners. Insurance agents have recommended us to go out and simply, in order to reinsure someone, they had a deck that was deteriorating, and they wanted to remove it rather than to fix, to build it again. So our job was to go out there and tear the deck down. We've had homeowners that needed, new roofs. We don't do roofing, but, in order to get your insurance policy done, you need to do some roofing. So your homeowner's insurance, they're likely to come out there and have an inspector come out, take a look, and see. If there's a lot of rotten wood, we've had jobs where we've had to go out and replace some wood damage, things like that your homeowner's insurance wants to make sure is done. And in the process, we take pictures, send it off to the insurance agent, and say that everything's okay.
Because isn't there certain things you can do to reduce your insurance, like aluminum siding or better? I'm
not sure about aluminum siding, but like Linda Gygax, she called in not too long ago, and if she's listening, she might call in again. But she was talking about four-point inspections for wind mitigation. When you have that done in your home, in your attic, and basically it's to make sure your trusses are designed the right way, it can greatly reduce your insurance premiums.
Okay. So the air conditioner thing, I guess that was an electric savings if you have a more fuel efficient or energy efficient appliance.
Any of the newer air conditioning units, the newer it is, the more energy efficient it's going to be.
Huh.
If you have an older unit, it's not typically going to be, it's not going to be energy efficient, and it's not going to be cooling the house like a newer unit would be.
All right, we are up to the halfway point, believe it or not, already.
Break time.
All right, Joe Reichel is here from Damage Control. If you have a question about damage that you are either calling on somebody else's behalf or on your own, whether it's a small job and you're trying to do it on your own, or a big job and you're just trying to figure out who to talk to, or even insurance questions, all these things work together. So call Joe during the break or after the break. The number is 622-9622. The break looks like it's about 3 minutes long today. So we'll take a 3-minute break, and we'll be right back with Joe Reichel on Damage Control right now.
The weather is brought to you by myfwc.com. Safe boating is no accident. It'll be partly sunny today with a thunderstorm around during the afternoon hours, high 90 to 94. Tonight, partly cloudy. There can be a thunderstorm in spots near the coast early on, those 73 to 77. Tomorrow, partly sunny. Watch out for an afternoon thunderstorm, high 89 to 93. Thursday, sunshine mixing with clouds with a couple of thunderstorms around, mainly during the afternoon hours, the high 88 to 92. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg.
If you're anything like I was, the thought of getting older was the last thing on your mind. But here we are. For me, it started slowly. The lack of energy, never being in the mood. And when I was, I could never perform at my best. I tried the pills and other treatments with minimal results, and all but given up on my sex life. Then I found the doctors at New Male Medical Center. Wow, they made a new male out of me. Feel like I'm 25 again. I have renewed vigor, so much more energy, and no longer worry about my performance. New Male treated me like my situation was one of a kind, with a custom treatment plan that really works. I feel great. They can create one for you too. It does not matter if you suffer from low testosterone, erectile dysfunction, or just want to last longer. New Male will help you.
Call New Male Medical Center today at 352-404-4779. 352-404-4779. That's 352-404-4779. It will change your life. 352-404-4779.
Robin, let's try a little plant trivia. Name this nursery. It's a not-for-profit, and it teaches growing and caring for plants to their students.
Oh, that's easy. Kenny's Place.
Or how about this one? It's a nursery conveniently located between Ocala and Bellevue.
Again, it's Kenny's Place.
Or how about this one? A nursery with a wide variety of just what you need or want at the most reasonable prices.
Kenny's Place, of course.
Kenny's Place at 7677 Southeast 41st Court. Give them a call at 867-1213. It's a caring place for people and plants. It's Kenny's Place.
One of the most common questions those nearing retirement are asking, will I outlive my money? Retirement questions like these and many more will be answered every Saturday morning at 9 a.m. on Planning for a Better and Safer Retirement with hosts Francois and Julian Cozenet. Francois and Julian will help you put your retirement puzzle together. Catch Planning for a Better and Safer Retirement Saturdays at 9 a.m. on Ocala's News Talk, The Source 96.3 FM and 1370 AM.
La Famiglia Pizzeria has moved into Ocala. Stop by today at 2504 Southeast 17th Street and see for yourself what everyone is talking about.
Awesome place. I never get pizza anywhere else.
Great New York-style pizza and dishes.
Best pizza in Ocala.
One trip and you'll agree, La Famiglia Pizzeria is the best. La Famiglia Pizzeria. Stop by for a pizza that you'll love or call in and order yours for pickup. 352-245-2419. La Famiglia Pizzeria.
All right, 12 minutes before 11 o'clock, were you asking me where was the restaurant? Okay, that was up in Gainesville. Is that what you said? Where was it?
No, I said crazy.
Oh, crazy. All right, we're back, and the phone number is 622-9622. If you got something damaged and you want to fix it, this is a good time to get some advice on how to do that.
So we've had a lot of calls for trees on houses. A lot of them.
How did the one go that you had when you were in Pennsylvania?
It went good.
Yeah.
It went good. I mean, I made a phone call to the tree guy and got him out there and start taking it off, and then we got our guys out there to board up the window that got broke and tarp in the roof and the hole in the roof. So.
Wow.
But they were. It started late in the afternoon. I guess it was probably about 4 o'clock, and
A storm knocked it over?
that's when I got the call.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, late in the afternoon. But with this, I mean, one of the biggest things would be, making sure that you as a homeowner are safe. And I mean, we've had not so much this year, but we've gone out to these calls and working with the homeowner to get it going, and he's got, his neighbor and a buddy of his, and they're up on the roof with chainsaws, and that's a very dangerous situation, and that's why we typically won't do that. We always hire a tree person, a tree service company to come in and take it off, because there's a lot of things that can happen as you're cutting and taking the weight off, cutting different spots. Not only just chainsaw safety, but as you take the weight off the tree, things can shift. And one of them that we were at last week, huge holes down through the roof, so you're standing on broken trusses,
damaged roof.
The damaged roof. So not to mention it's raining. It has rained, so everything's wet. Lots of leaves up there and things to make it slippery and slick, and is a very dangerous situation. So if a tree does fall in your house, make sure that you are doing don't do anything that you're not comfortable with. Get professionals to take care of this, and make sure. And that's my blog, my weekly email blog that went out today was talking about hiring licensed professionals.
Absolutely.
So make sure that that they are licensed, that they are insured, that they're that they're in good shape to be working on your property.
So I'm guessing there are two types of unlicensed. There's Cousin Eddie, who just wants to be a good guy, and then there's the guy who's really trying to pull one over on you. So there's somebody who's up to no good and somebody who really wants to do good, but he doesn't really maybe have the knowledge that you would get with a real licensed contractor.
Well, and that's where you've got Cousin Eddie or your neighbor, whoever's. Let's just say something happened and no fault of their own, but they slipped and they fall off your roof now and break a leg, or could be much worse, but they get hurt. Now it's your insurance, your homeowner's insurance, that has to pay for their medical.
Yeah, right. That's right.
Whatever happened, and if it's an unlicensed contractor, the same situation
licensed
applies.
Guy has his own insurance.
Well, licensed and insured, and that's where a lot of times, and that, just getting into the legal aspect, a lot of times companies are, the owners of the companies are workers' comp exempt, and that's a whole other thing. You got to make sure that they have workers' comp so that everybody is covered, that is, all their employees that are working.
Wow.
So
how do you do that? You just ask?
If they're insured, they've got all of that.
And there's a paper that shows you that?
Yes, they've got certificates of insurance. But you can call their insurance carrier and make sure, hey, is this guy, does he have everything?
Ultimately, that's the way you do it.
Right.
Yeah. Wow.
Or make sure, if he does show you a certificate of insurance. But that's you as a homeowner. You have that. You're the one hiring this person. So if for some reason they don't want to provide it, or they balk at providing it, that would be an indicator that they may not have it.
So every day, I guess right now,
as well as references. It's always good to get references.
Yeah. Do you ever have a young guy who doesn't have any references, and so he's got that catch-22? Nobody wants to hire me because I don't have references. Do you have a young guy who comes to you and says, "Can I work with you a while just so I can get some?"
Well, there's always going to be
experience?
someone. We've trained a bunch of young guys. Summer jobs. Through high school or whatever. Mm-hmm. They've worked with us, different things, but typically you're not going to have someone. And there's people that will hire people like that all the time. That's if someone wants to work hard.
That's a good point too.
If someone wants to work hard and learn a trade, I know 2 guys that are hiring right now: a tree guy and a painter. So if someone wants to learn a skill and go that to be able to do something, if they're willing to work, they can find work.
I don't know how the tree guy does what he does. I have seen the tree guys way up there in a tree. It looks like there's nothing more than a harness and maybe
just a harness
and a
harness and a chainsaw
and they're cutting the tree down.
That's July 3rd when we were out there. The tornado that came through. The guys in the top of the tree, cutting, and because that's how they had to do it. They had to free the top of the tree loose first.
And they lower the limb with some kind of a rope.
Well, this one they were just dropping it down because it was in a yard, so it was okay. But yeah, a lot of times they'll lower.
It's just unbelievable.
Or they had a crane out there.
It's an amazing
hooking the tree and lowering it with the crane.
It's an amazing skill.
Yeah. So.
That's a reality show, I think.
Thursday, Friday, Saturday. That would be fun. Sure. Every day is an adventure. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, I'll be at the Southeastern Builders Conference in Orlando.
So, do you like going to those things?
Yes, this will be very exciting. All types of home products, services, different new and exciting products that they're offering. They're coming out with as far as anything to make the home more efficient, to making it more fun. There's a lot of entertainment, home entertainment type stuff. So it'll be a great show. I'm looking forward to it. And lots of educational parts too.
Is it big? Is it in the Orlando Convention Center?
It's in the convention center.
Oh wow, that's huge.
Yeah.
Wow.
So it's the Southeastern Builders Conference.
And are you presenting anything? Do you have a booth?
No. Just I am only an observer.
Just walking around, getting the information, and talking to people.
Yep.
Oh,
Another builder and I, Rusty Stout Nadu, or Nadu Stout, I don't know what it is, construction. We're going down together and going to have a whole lot of learning.
Whole lot of fun.
Whole lot of learning. That's work. We're going down to work.
Go to work. Wow.
We're gonna go to a convention so we can work.
You can go to the.
So we can learn.
You can go to the Orlando Eye one time. Ride that Ferris wheel.
That's a neat adventure. I've been on that.
Oh, you have?
I have. A couple weeks ago, it broke.
This past weekend, it broke too.
They had to rescue like 60 people off of it. Two weeks ago. Last weekend it broke again?
Yeah, but this time they got to start it up without having to get the fire department out there.
Yeah, they were stuck on there for 3 hours or something like that.
I remember the story.
Crazy.
So you did that, huh? How is that? Is that nice?
It was neat. I mean, it moves so slow you don't even know you're...
No, you're only moving?
You don't even know you're moving.
Well, once you get to the highest point, isn't that a nice view?
It is. I think it would be really cool at sunset.
What could you see that you didn't think you could see? Could you see both the Gulf and the Atlantic?
I don't know that you could see the Gulf. You could see the Cape Canaveral, the stuff there.
Oh, okay. So you can see, that's the ocean. So
right there at it, you could see the stuff there.
Well, maybe because there's nothing.
But
really.
I think the next time, if I was to do it again, I would take a pair of binoculars so that you could really see further.
That's a good piece of advice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because, just with the eye, and a lot of times, I was surprised. One thing I was surprised with is how far away Epcot was. Like, because you could see the globe or the ball at Epcot.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Do you know who you would have a good conversation with? Robin's husband. I don't know if you knew this. He was a welder.
Okay.
And he did a lot of the construction at Disney World.
Neat.
And he has this cool trivia question. What was the first structure up at Disney World? And it was the porta potty. The first thing they put up there was the porta potty for the workers.
There you have it.
The very first thing. Can you imagine that job? You have to make lakes out of a swamp.
That would be cool. That'd be cool.
So
if you have a disaster or just a construction-related question, I mean, one of the things I did this morning was met with an elevator repair guy. That was kind of cool.
Oh, really?
Yep. So we're working on getting the stuff around for the remodel for the Starbucks building. So I was meeting with the elevator repair guy about getting that going. So
do you know what it says in the elevator at the nursing home?
I don't.
It says it's a 2-story building, and it says 2-story elevators do not require regular inspections.
Really?
So it says something like that on the little certificate. But, so I never knew this. So if it's more than 2 stories, I guess you have to have, annual or every 6 month inspections?
Well, every 5 years, I believe it is, with an elevator, and I don't know. I just heard this. I don't know for sure, but they have to test them every 5 years, and basically they drop it to make sure that everything works as far as the stopping mechanism at the bottom. Kind of crazy, huh?
Do you remember the elevator at the Cascades? Do you remember that?
Yes.
That was put in because, Schwartz, Barney, or whatever, one of those stock market companies was moving in next door to where WOCA was at that time.
Right.
And they refused to rent out that office unless they put in an elevator. That's what I heard.
Crazy.
Could be a rumor.
So anyway, before we run out of time, new construction, additions, remodels, repairs. We got several bathroom remodels going right now and a kitchen remodel, 2 of them. So anything like that, in addition to your fires, flood, storm, tree damage, mold, give me a call. I'll help you out if I can. Joe Reichel, Damage Control Services.
And what's your number, Joe?
352-817-6574, or you can email me, joe@damageflorida.com.
Always a fun show.
And get on my weekly blog.
Subscribe.
Get me your email or subscribe to it, yes.
There you go. Thank you, Joe. We'll be right back. This is WOCA Ocala.
Broadcasting from the Paddock Mall Studios, this is WOCA, Ocala, Gainesville, The Villages, 1370 AM.